So why is your $297 or your $197 course not selling? If you think it's because your course is expensive, it's not. It's just not irresistible. When's the last time you spent $300 on something? Whether it be split up, $150 because you went to dinner and then $150 because you went to the mall, that was still $300 that you chose to spend on yourself because of whatever you were buying was irresistible or it was something you wanted in the moment. So if we think of your course as like a $300 purse or a $300 night out with friends or a ticket that I need to buy to go to a bachelorette party, those are things that I want to do because I know the transformation and the fun or whatever I'm going to have on the other side of it. You really have to sell a transformation. I don't know how else to say it. And for those that are like licensed physicians and you're worried about how being perceived as like diagnosing or not diagnosing, you're going to have to figure out what line to be on because learning about hormones or getting access to modules is just too passive. You need to reframe the promise as a transformation. Reset your hormones in 30 days without meds. I'm interested in that course. Reverse burnout in 3 weeks using your lab data. Wow, so it's a 3-week course. You're going to teach me how to interpret my own labs? That could be useful. Or you could even do a more results-driven title. Instead of hormone mastery, what about the fix your fatigue formula? When you're saying things like that, like mastery and stuff, it's for people who are like forever students, learn it scholars and professionals, right? We want folks that are like, I want to buy it, I want to consume it, I want to change. I want to buy it, I want to consume it, and I want to change. If you have a course right now that is purely education, A, how is it selling at the $300 level? Because the lower the ticket, the harder it is to earn the money. Are you consistently showing a transformation that'll make people excited and makes it irresistible? So I need you to check your stuff, all right? The next thing sometimes is the offer is misaligned with the buyer's awareness. What does that mean? You're offering something that's like way too deep and using terms like adrenals and cortisol and stuff like that. When the person is just like, gosh, I just keep waking up at 3 a.m., I'm just Googling it. I'm just Googling, why do I keep waking up at 3 a.m.? So why not break your content down into phases where you have, your introductory 10-minute fast class or 10-minute workshop, and then they're learning and consuming something, and then you upsell them into the next thing instead of trying to take them directly to the course, or create a starter kit or a kickstart of your course where it's like a 7-day little jump start to get them into learning your mini protocols or sampling, whatever the next step is. I've seen some people also pair their courses with a private call or a group Q&A, which is another way to increase value without raising price. And because your main goal is really education, you're not diagnosing and fixing, this is another way to keep you engaged with that client and be seen as that trusted authority to continue educating and guiding them through this process. Just know if you have this like $300 course, you're just so excited, it's an adrenals program. Don't nobody know what adrenals are, y'all. So make sure the offer is aligned with the awareness of the buyer. And if you're saying I'll do a lower ticket for the people who aren't ready, it needs to be as basic as it is, because if they're not ready to buy your $4,000 adrenal reset program, why would they buy a $300 adrenal reset program when they don't know where their adrenals are, where they're located, or how they impact their life or their health? So if you kind of look at your content, break it down into phases and figure out where are they finding you in the loop of their pain? Where are they finding you? And you make sure it is directly aligned and break down the content if you need to. Another thing that I think makes these little tiny courses hard to sell is because there's no urgency or a compelling reason to buy now, especially if it's just health education. Like that just falls flat. You need to create something that I keep saying the word irresistible. I need to come up with some different words. My tea hasn't kicked in yet. But if you want to maybe just add in some additional bonuses or things that would make it a little bit more valuable for someone to buy right now, especially if you're trying to sell this sight unseen, like no call, no webinar, no masterclass, no nothing. Are you doing email marketing? Are you providing any discount? Are there any supplement bundles? Is there any sort of additional discount I get if I buy supplements from you? Is it limited time access to a private WhatsApp or a private Slack channel or a private podcast? Maybe I get limited time access to one of your modules or something like that, where I get to really do a deep dive on hormone imbalances. I just think for all of us, we should always have a launch window until you get it to where your stuff is selling evergreen and on its own. Every single month, you need a launch window. Every single fucking month. Hello? Every month, launch something. Email market, masterclass, run some ads every month. Okay? And I'm not backing down on that, because you created the $297 thing ideally to make millions, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands. So we can't just launch it once and we can't just sell it off of a summit. We need to make sure it's consistently into our marketing funnel and our marketing flow and our marketing plan. So there's an episode that I released about the lack of a marketing strategy. Here's an example of how we create these things and we don't have a real efficient way to sell it, nor did we even think about how we were going to sell it when we built it. So now that it's built, let's go backwards and let's go ahead and put it in the ethers where we're doing this thing every 4 to 6 weeks to get new people into this lower ticket funnel. Because the lower the ticket, the harder you have to work. Know that until you get it to where it's rinse and repeatable sales. And that's when you're functioning on like the scalable e-commerce level almost, okay? If you found this clip from the Power Moves Health Marketing Podcast to be helpful, then check out the next video or watch the full episode here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next big move in health marketing. Thanks for watching.